Welcome back guys to our value investing channel. In this video we are going to review our investment. In fact, we want to see what's happened in April, but at same time it's 1 year that our public portfolio is online, so we want to have a review of what happened in this year, at least by the result that we have get, in order to understand if we have done a good job or not with our portfolio. The portfolio that we manage is absolutely public. You can see it by the link that you will find down below in the description. So we use this public portfolio actually to put in place everything we say on our video. You can find above the link with the playlist with all fundamental analysis that we have done about all different companies, because as you know, our investing strategy is based on what is the fundamental analysis of the companies. And we can start just checking what are the results of our portfolio. So we can see that April has been closed up to 1.27%, and with April we have closed 6 green months in a row. So for me it's absolutely a great result, not for the number itself, but from the psychologically point of view. In fact, maybe many of you that are already copying this portfolio maybe are not so expert in investment. So if we always have a green positive month, see, it's absolutely better to manage than could be faced with a minus maybe 3.6% or 1.4% as happened in September and October. But globally speaking, we can see that our portfolio is 1 year old. In fact, it started 17th of April in 2020, and we have closed 2020 at plus 24.45%, and we have started 2021 by 7.71%. So globally speaking, if we add those two numbers, we have a total result of 32.16%. Is it a good result? Is it a bad result? Normally I don't like to compare the result with some index or so on, because according to me, investing is not something that we have to fight against some index or we have to fight against some result to achieve. But investing should be the way to achieve our financial and life goals, not just to beat an index. But anyway, this is something that you all always ask to me, so making some comparison to understand what kind of result we are achieving. So I want to give you two comparisons today. The first one is the classic one that everyone asks, so the comparison between our portfolio and S&P 500. In this case, in price action, we have a SPY, that is the biggest ETF on S&P 500, and this dark blue line is the line of our portfolio. So we can see that starting from 17th of April, our portfolio just underperformed the S&P 500. Nowadays we are around 8.9% below. But is it a smart comparison to do? Actually, absolutely not, because as you can understand, in S&P 500 we have all US stocks. But if we check our portfolio, we can see that we do not just invest in US stock, we invest as well in China stock, for example Alibaba, or for example Douyu, or some European Sofina, Eurazeo, or again some China Tencent, CK Hutchinson, and so on. So the stock that are in the portfolio are completely different from the stock that makes the S&P 500. So we should make some comparison between something that are almost similar. I make some small research and I found this ETF from Vanguard, FTSE All World. The ticker is VWRL. And if we have a look to the company that are inside this ETF, so we can see that as long as the main US company, we have some Chinese company, for example Tencent, for example Alibaba, or we have company as Taiwan Semiconductor. So maybe this is something that more or less is more near what is the basket basket of the company in our portfolio. I didn't make a deep research actually, but if you like, just let me know in the comment. I will find some ETF that is absolutely more near to what is the strategy of our portfolio, or maybe if you know some ETF like this, just let me know it down below in the comment. But anyway, comparing with this ETF, so starting from 17 of April, our portfolio we know that made almost 32% of result, and we can see that is absolutely in line with this ETF. So the positive news is that we didn't do any disaster in our portfolio. The bad news, maybe you can see that we didn't overperform the ETF, but actually this is more up to every one of us. In fact, if for you it's much important to beat some index or ETF or so on, or for you maybe it's much important to follow a strategy. For example, you can see that in this ETF the first two positions are, for example, Apple and Microsoft, which we don't have in our portfolio. And on the opposite, maybe we have some company as Vistra or as Pacific Gas and Electric that are completely different, so we are following a strategy that is completely different. So I'm absolutely confident with this basket of stocks, because I know if, for example, the market closed for 10 years, I'm absolutely sure that I picked some good business that in 10 years could perform very, very well. Because as you already know, we are a value investor, we are a long-term investor, and for me it's not so important to beat some index or ETF, but it's much more important to follow my strategy. Everything said, let me remind that every investment comes with a degree of risk. In our portfolio the risk degree is 5, minimum could be 1, maximum could be 10, so we are in an average, and it's really important to always consider the risk when it comes to investing. At the same time, let me thank the 355 people that are actually copying our portfolio absolutely for free. You can find the link down below in the description if you want to see the portfolio. And up to now there are $575,000 in copy to our portfolio, so our goal for this year is to reach $1 million in copy. You know that you can find a value investing analysis for almost all companies that are in this portfolio and for many other companies, and you will find everything in the playlist that you can find the link just above. Analyses that are made by myself or in collaboration with the international value investing team I'm working with. In fact, for me it's really a pleasure to belong to this team that is, let's say, a quality badge of the work that we are doing with this portfolio. Please let me know any of your thoughts just down below in the comment. Don't forget to smash the like button to support our channel with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'll meet you in the next video.